There is some hope among the ruins in Japan as stories of remarkable rescues emerge. Michael Serapio joins me with some spectacular tales of survival. Michael.
That's right, Sahana. In and amongst all this devastation, there are amazing stories of survival coming out in the wake of both that earthquake and tsunami, including one woman who survived by grabbing onto a tree to stay above the rushing waters.
There happened to be a tree nearby, so she struggled and grabbed the tree to prevent herself from sinking under the water.
Now, this woman's house was washed away in the city of Notori, and after holding onto that tree for dear life, she grabbed onto a floating straw tatami mat, and she used it as a flotation device until her rescue. She is happy to be alive, she says, but is now searching for her daughter, who was also swept away but is yet to be found. And also in the city of Notori, this dramatic rescue. You're looking at an elderly woman being pulled out of a car that was washed away by the waves of the tsunami. The car had been covered in mud and debris, but luckily someone noticed that there was actually movement inside the vehicle some 20 hours later, and that was a good thing because that woman was not alone. There were two other senior citizens in that vehicle. And then this man, 60-year-old Hiromitsu Shinkawa. Now, he was plucked from the open ocean by the crew of a Japanese destroyer after being swept out to sea on the roof of his house, or what was left of it. You can see very little is left of it there, Suhana. Now, Shinkawa fled his home after the earthquake, but returned to the house to get some personal effects. He returned there with his wife, but that is when the tsunami hit. His wife was swept away. He luckily made it to the roof of his house. Now, it is said after he was rescued, he was given a drink of water, and after which he started breaking down and crying, not surprisingly.
No kidding. Talk about trauma. Any idea, Michael, how many people have been rescued so far?
Well, we are getting a number of fluctuating numbers throughout the day. I can tell you that in Miyagi Prefecture, now that's the prefecture where the city of Sendai is located, closest to the epicenter of the earthquake. In that city, 42 survivors were pulled out of the rubble, and each and every one a celebration. But 42 survivors. Compare that to a report that just came out in the last hour that says 2,000 bodies have been found along the shoreline, another 300 bodies found in the city of Sendai, and an estimation of at least 10,000 dead. So 42 survivors pulled out of the rubble. Great news, but a drop in a bucket against the great tragedy.
Thank you, Michael.
You're welcome.
And we've got some new video for you. We're constantly keeping you abreast of it. The search for survivors in the disaster zone is our focus right now. This is the town of Atsuchi. As you can see, there is little that is left standing. About 15,000 people lived here. Authorities say as many as 12,000 of them are missing. And across the disaster zone, the number of missing is being counted in the tens of thousands